As we start putting our games on the phone, let's talk about some simple debugging techniques and also take a look at common errors that have come up when trying to build and deploy to the Android phone. First up, the most basic kind of debugging that I think most of us start with is just debug logging. I've added some simple logs here, and I think most of us know how to do this. Simply do a debug log, and that will send the relevant data out to the console, and when we play in editor, we get the output in real time right there. We can use that to see what's going on and what's going wrong. But what do we do when we're on the phone? How do we get console output on the phone? I always recommend you get the game working first in the editor and just use console logging and your regular debugging to work out all the kinks there first. And then when you deploy it onto the phone, hopefully everything should work exactly the same. But the phone is a unique device with unique challenges, and sometimes you've got to debug on there. So what we're going to do is add a package to get that console output when we're running directly on the device. So let's go to your package manager, and we are going to go to the Unity registry and search for the Android Logcat package and install that. All right, now that that's installed, we should have under the analysis window a new Android Logcat option, which is going to bring up this window. And this is where we're going to get the debug logs from our connected device. Let's try it out. I'm going to do build and run onto my Samsung phone. All right, and now we can see as I'm interacting with the game, the console logs are coming out right here, and we can use those to debug why things aren't working. The next thing I want to cover is something that we discovered in class, which is that sometimes you'll update a project to a new Unity version, like so. And when you try to build that project in Android, you may get a very odd looking error message. We're back and we've updated to 2022.3.10. It's the same exact project. I haven't made any changes whatsoever. Let's just try a good old build and run. And sure enough, yeah, it doesn't work. This worked just a minute ago. You just saw it, but now we're getting new errors. And let's take a look at what these say. Probably the SDK is read-only. What? What is that about? And we can look. What is this next one? You know, build failed. What went wrong? You know, the build failed. Cannot be found symbol version SDK int. What is going on? I didn't do anything. Maybe this is one of those reasons why people are afraid to upgrade their Unity. This is a problem that has plagued us in class, and it's been really hard to track down exactly what it was. I finally got it, and so let me share that with you now. It's go to the package manager and mobile notifications. We're not using mobile notifications. I don't know how that got added, but let's just remove it. We'll just pull that one out and we'll clear our console and do another build. And there you go. It works now. It was just that. Something about that mobile notifications package that was in there was unhappy, and finding that was not easy. So there you go. If you're in the class and you're running into that same problem with the missile command or maybe one of the other projects, try removing the mobile notifications package, and then we'll run with that. Another thing that we have found is sometimes people will get a mysterious SDK error similar to the one that we just saw, and sometimes we can fix it by doing this little shuffle. So here's another thing to try if you are getting some kind of Android SDK error and you have no idea what to do. Come over here to your player settings, find where the target API level is set, and it'll be set to automatic. And just change it from automatic to something specific. Like, let's go to, yeah, it looks like we're probably on level 34. So we'll try changing it to manually to level 34 and do a build. And sure enough, even though level 34 was listed there, like that was there, it's not. So, but this gives us the opportunity to update the Android SDK. And if you just run that, that can often fix these little SDK glitches. Something's wrong with your SDK. You're using something's incompatible with that SDK. I don't know. Forcing it to update to a particular one. That's how you can do that. So, and then once that's installed, it'll build with that, and then I believe now you can use automatic get highest level installed, and it'll find that level 34 is installed, and it'll use that from here forward. So let's call that a video. That's how you can get output debugging from your phone while it's attached on the USB cable using the Android Logcat feature, and also how to fix that SDK problem we're having in class because of the mobile notifications package. And finally, how you can use this target API level menu to update your SDK automatically. Okay, next time we'll get to uploading stuff onto the Google Play Store.